Actually, this is not very difficult to understand, because whenever we experience material emotions also, it manifests itself in our material body. Just like when a person becomes angry, his eyes will become red, his face will become flushed, his body will start trembling. All these things happen in a person, and when you see the person, you can make out, oh, this guy has got angry, simply by seeing his bodily symptoms. Similarly, if a person is very sad, he has come across a calamity and he has become very sorrowful, what will happen? We say his face became very small and there were tears in his eyes. He started crying. You can make out, oh, he is very sad, poor fellow. He's crying, look at him, cannot see his face. So sorrowful it is. Somebody becomes very happy, he starts smiling, he starts laughing, and tears again flow from his eyes. The only difference is, when a person is very happy, the tears are very cool. They are not, their temperature is not very high, it's very low. Whereas when a person cries out of distress, the tears are very hot. So just by touching the tears, you can make out whether this person is crying out of happiness or out of distress. You can see how even material emotions manifest themselves in various symptoms in the body. Therefore, when a person experiences such intense emotions arising in the heart due to one's devotional service to Krishna, that will manifest himself in the form of the hairs rising on the body, tears flowing out of the body, tears flowing out of the eyes, the throat becoming, the voice becoming choked up, etc., etc. And therefore, the Navayogendras are saying, Bibhratyulap utpulakam tanum, a devotee manifests this kind of intense bhava and he gets propelled to the platform of prema to Krishna. So now, if devotional service is such that it will propel one to the platform of prema, then why it did not happen with Kardama Muni? Because the Navayogendras are saying that bhakti, bhaktya bibhratyutpulakam tanum, that bhakti, they are qualifying it, saying that it has to be what kind of bhakti to generate that Krishna prema? What kind of bhakti it has to be? Bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya bibhratyutpulakam tanum. Bhakti generated by bhakti. That kind of bhakti will propel a practitioner of devotional service to the platform of prema. So what is the meaning of bhakti generated by bhakti? That means when one performs Vaidhi bhakti, bhaktya, that Vaidhi bhakti, bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya, that Vaidhi bhakti will propel that practitioner of Vaidhi bhakti, even though he is on the conditioned state, to the stage of Raganuga bhakti. And when one comes to the stage of Raganuga bhakti, then automatically bibhratyutpulakam tanum, the symptoms of bhava will get manifested in one's heart and it will show itself externally in one's body. In other words, what it means is, bhakti, when it is performed for the sake of bhakti, then it will propel us to the stage of prema. If we are performing Vaidhi bhakti for the sake of elevating ourselves to Raganuga bhakti, then eventually that Vaidhi bhakti alone is sufficient to propel us to that stage of Krishna prema. On the other hand, if we perform bhakti with a material motive, I want to get something, and therefore to get that some material object, I perform devotional service. Just like I may perform some austerities, tapasya, vrata, etc. towards some devata to get some material benediction. In a similar manner, I worship Vishnu, and that worship of Vishnu will entail some activities which are part of devotional service. But because my motive is to enjoy some material desire, therefore, what will happen? That will not propel me to the stage of Krishna prema. Kardama Muni, because he worshipped Vishnu with the material motive in the heart, not with the intention to get Krishna Prema. That was not his motivation. Therefore, when Vishnu appeared before him, he was not inspired by Vishnu to ask for liberation. On the other hand, he asked for a material benediction of a suitable wife who can understand him and who can assist him in his spiritual activities and duties. Therefore, we have to understand that the quality of devotional service that we perform has to be untinged. That is why it is said in many places, Akinchana Bhakti. Akinchana Bhakti is what actually can take us back to Godhead. If even Kinchana means some small thing, even if a tinge of material desire is there, with which we are performing devotional service, we are performing devotional service to satisfy the tinge of material desire, then we cannot go back to Godhead.